ask questions.
Well, I guess with goal differential maybe mattering, how much? I'm obviously the win is the most important thing, but giving up that late goal, do you have any?
That's not even a thought. Winning was the priority, and the guys did a good job of that. How you win, yeah, of course you'd like to have multiple goals, you know, that you win by, but we just beat a really strong team. So I'm not too concerned at the moment about goal differential. I'm just really pleased with the performance.
What stood out to you in this performance? I mean, you guys have played Monterey before. Obviously, it was last year, different competition, different time of year. But what do you think was the difference for you guys?
I thought a lot stood out. I think up until we conceded the goal, our first half was as good as we've seen. Taking into account the opponent, how we played, I thought both sides of the ball was really strong. Just disciplined effort of, okay, this is the threat that you're up against. How do you find ways to play under pressure, which I think we did a really good job of? How do you defend against a team that all over the field can make passes, can make plays, and having the right patience at the right time, the right pressing in the right time. And I just think the first 45 was really strong up until we conceded. And, you know, that one moment is letting a very talented player in Canales get onto his left foot. And, you know, Brian does everything he can to block it. So that part's a little unfortunate. Second half, we came out in a good way. We find the next goal, which is always important. And obviously the third was the decider. So good actions to the goals. There was some other good moments where I know we were offsides on a couple, but how we looked to get in behind and the delivery, I thought there was just some good actions with the ball. And, you know, they pushed there at the end and we had to defend a lot of crosses. And I think that the DeAndre and Lucas specifically stood out as far as defending those in a good way. But you take the win because it's a good performance against a very good opponent.
Go to the front.
Pat, thank you so much for your time and congratulations.
Thank you.
You talked to us yesterday and highlighted you're looking to get a positive performance early in the tournament and to see progress, to continue to see progress out of your team. Do you feel like you've gotten both of those things tonight?
Yes, we do. I think you see it in the performance and in the result. Like I said, it's a very strong opponent and that can make you uncomfortable in a lot of ways. And I thought for long stretches, we controlled some of their dangers, some of their threats, to not have to defend the box in ways that cause too much stress on our guys. And, you know, we still conceded 2 goals. You look at those and try to understand how to get those moments right. But that's progress from what we've been doing.
You went into this match with a 3-match clean sheet rate with the defense. It didn't seem like the defense took a step back in this game. You mentioned the 2 goals, but how important was it to continue to get those kinds of performances to get a result tonight?
Yeah, it didn't. On the night, it didn't feel like we were going to concede 2 goals, but that speaks to just how small the margins are when you miss a moment because, you know, I don't know where the shot's going if it's not deflected by Brian, but he does what he should be doing, and that's trying to block a shot in a moment where we allow too much separation for such a talented player. And there at the end, we got to do a better job of just defending the cross. I have to look back and see. So, but you're not going to keep clean sheets every game, and you have to win games in different ways. Which tonight, you know, we got the goals we needed to get the result.
Right.
Coach, congratulations on the win. Both the goals in the second half seem to come from the defense playing up high and Evander taking advantage of that. Is that something you discussed with him any time during the game, or is that just letting Evander be Evander?
Both. You always prepare your guys for what you anticipate, but there's also things that play out that you didn't cover, and how do players on the field make decisions. And certainly we've seen Evander understand how to take over in a moment to be the difference maker. And his recognition of the run, the line, you know, the space behind, and putting the ball where it needs to be for his teammates is, again, what separates him. So it's a little bit of both, but the majority of a really talented player feeling out the game and feeling out the moment.
And can you talk a little bit about the confidence to have Evan Laro in
Yeah.
goal tonight?
He's out there because we believe that we can win with him in goal. I think we have the strongest goalkeeping group in the league. It's deep. That's credit to Paul Rogers, the work that goes into the recruitment, to the day-to-day. And those guys are pushing each other all the time. And they look after each other and they do it the right way. They're good teammates because they all want to be out on the field. And tonight it was Evan's opportunity. And, you could see it was important for him. He's on the field in a meaningful win. And you could see his teammates are happy for him too. So that's the work that goes into, every day in training and being a good teammate that people don't get to see. Everybody talks about Roman, and rightfully so. Well, Evan, Alec, Paul, these guys push Roman the right way, and they're ready for an opportunity. So tonight it was Evan.
We'll go to the gentleman in the back in white, followed by the one in front in the blue.
Buenas noches, profe, para Contragolpe TV. Felicidades ante todo. Comienzan con pie derecho la League Cup. Se le gana a Monterrey, que trae grandes figuras. Pero, profe, ¿en qué se debe mejorar para enfrentar a Juárez y a Chivas en los dos partidos restantes?
He's asking, congratulations on the win.
you.
Team played well, but what are maybe different changes or additions needed for the next few games against Juárez and Chivas?
We'll see how we come out of the match. There's a couple guys that I know took some knocks, so take inventory in the next 2 days and try to put out a strong group to go and replicate that performance on Sunday. So too early to know, but we know we have the depth to still have a strong team if we need to make some changes to the lineup.
Veremos cómo está el equipo. Hubieron un par de jugadores que salieron tocados, pero vamos a hacer un análisis, tratar de replicar cómo fue el sistema de juego hoy, porque jugamos bien, y tratar de ver los resultados para seguir adelante contra esos dos equipos. We'll go with the gentleman in the blue.
Coach, good evening. Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
This is the first match for you guys in the Leagues Cup, but what do you think, or what is your thoughts about this new format? Shorter competition. You don't have to stop for a whole month to play this tournament. How are you liking this new format?
Yeah, it's typically one of these situations where until it's run its course, you're not exactly sure how you're going to feel about it. But what I like is that we won. No, I like the fact that the break in league play is shorter. Obviously, 26 teams are done after the first 3 games. So you have to make these 3 games count if you want to advance in the competition. And they've structured it so it's MLS versus, Liga MX. And that, I think, is a positive. So we're not, seeing MLS playing MLS, Liga MX playing Liga MX all the way through the tournament. And it just makes it harder to get to the quarterfinals. If you miss a performance and you don't have a strong night, that could be the difference of advancing or not. So like I said, we try to take it one game at a time and not think about what Sunday looks like, because we knew tonight was going to be very difficult. So I'm pleased with the position we're in after one game, and we have to go and play in a similar fashion if we want to see ourselves into the third game where we know what result we need to get to advance. So far, it's been interesting, but I think the structure maybe is more efficient than last year.
Any other questions in the room? Okay. Any questions for those on Zoom? I believe we have one here from Leopoldo Mata. Leopoldo, go ahead.
Profesor, en la planeación de la estrategia para el partido de esta noche, ¿qué elementos usted vio en el Monterrey que hicieron posible la victoria de esta noche?
He's asking on the preparations of your team against Monterrey. Anything particular that maybe stood out on how you maybe shaped the way you were going to face them tonight?
Of course, that's every game. You look at the structure of previous games of the opponent, and with Monterrey on top of the structure, you're just looking at the individual strengths, which is all over the field. Like I said, I think with the ball, they've been very strong in their league games. So we had to be very specific about the pressure that we got to the ball. We couldn't have one player out of position or one player consistently pressing through to the goalkeeper, and because they could play through that. And so I think we got a lot of those moments right. You know, with the ball, of course, there's ways that you want to position your group to find success, and I think you saw that tonight because we scored 3 goals against a very, very strong team with one of the best players to ever play the game, one of the best defenders to ever play the game. And so to be able to have a performance like that against, you know, an elite opponent is a credit to the guys in the preparation and then going out and being able to perform.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
David. For those on Zoom and in person, we will continue our press conference with Monterrey head coach Dominic Torre in a few minutes.